Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and yoga instructor, and today's video we're going to talk about my 30-day wake up at 5 a.m. challenge. I decided to do such a challenge because over the course of my life I've really benefited from waking up early, and I wanted to do a video a bit more formal about the topic. I've seen videos with different people waking up at 5 a.m. for 30 days. I thought it would be a fun thing to try and share with you. Now you might be wondering, why the heck would I want to wake up at 5 a.m.? Well, for me, the whole thing can be summarized in one word: quiet. Waking up before everyone else really allows you to enjoy this time of deep peace and quiet. And of course, you can get a lot more done during those morning hours, although it may require some adjustment at first. But not to worry, because in the video, not only I'll share about the pros and cons of waking up that early, but also I'll give you some tips to make the transition a little bit easier. Apart from the quiet that you'll enjoy when you wake up at 5 a.m., you'll also get a sense of productivity because you're becoming really proactive with your day. You're doing something to get a head start, and that really helps set the tone for the rest of your day. You'll feel amazing about what you can accomplish when you wake up at 5 a.m. Besides that, you may also find that the quality of your sleep improves. There's no doubt that it gets harder to get enough sleep when you wake up at 5 a.m. and we'll talk about that, about how to get enough sleep when you wake up at 5 a.m. But most likely you won't be getting as much sleep, and consequently you may find that your body has to compensate and you sleep more soundly. And that's what I've found myself with many months on and off waking up at 5 a.m. When I go through a cycle that I wake up at 5 a.m., I tend to sleep more soundly. But one other thing that you'll often hear about your sleep before midnight is that that's when your body produces the most human growth hormone, which is how your body heals, and it's very important. It helps delay aging, but that is not quite true. It turns out that yes, for night sleeper, the first part of the night is when you'll produce more human growth hormone, but if you're a day sleeper, for example, you work on night shifts, you'll produce the exact same amount overall. It's just that the distribution of when your body is producing human growth hormone differs, that's all. There's no basis in saying things like the more you sleep before midnight, the more human growth hormone your body will produce. That isn't true. I'm a pretty big fan of waking up early, but yes, there are some cons. I'm sure you can imagine it's not easy at first. It may not feel great when you hear the sound of your alarm in the morning. And also you may find it hard to get enough sleep. It may affect your productivity. And lastly, you may find it difficult to spend time with your loved ones, your friends, your family, because your schedule is different than that of most people. But I do have a tip to help you with that. We'll talk about that when I tell you more about my own 30-day wake up at 5 a.m. challenge. So let's get to it. Let me share a little bit about my 30-day wake up at 5 a.m. challenge. First, I'm going to give you a little bit of background. I have done a 5 a.m. wake up time before for months, actually. But the main difference is that I was not waking up at 5 a.m. during the weekend. And during the challenge, I had decided that I would wake up at 5 a.m. for 30 days straight. And also I had been waking up between 6 and 7 for a few months, so my body wasn't really that accustomed to the 5 a.m. wake up time anymore. And so how did it go? Well, the first week, it's like my body was running on adrenaline for some reason, maybe because I was excited about the challenge or stressed out about it. I don't know what it was, but I had a really hard time getting enough sleep. I couldn't fall asleep at night. I was waking up before 5 a.m., before my alarm in the morning, but otherwise I felt pretty productive and I felt okay. But during the second week, I really started noticing that my productivity was decreasing. I was feeling quite tired, and I was still having a hard time sleeping well at night. The third week, I think my body started adjusting to the new schedule and I started sleeping much better at night. I was also making sure that I was prioritizing an early bedtime because I was trying to catch up on my sleep. And then the fourth week was the worst. My family got sick and I got sick and pretty much fell off the wagon and woke up later most of the week. And to make up for that, I decided to do an extra 5 days of waking up at 5 a.m. after the official challenge. Plus, I'm probably gonna keep that schedule anyway. Now, if you're considering a 5 a.m. wake up time for yourself, I have some tips to make it easier. And also, you may wonder if it's healthy for you. There's different biological natures, and some people are more productive at night. Some people are more productive in the morning. And so that's something to consider. What happens a lot of the time is that people think they are night owls because they just trained their body that way. If you're not used to waking up early in the morning, of course it's going to be hard at first. Of course you're not going to be feeling productive at first. But one good way to tell if you are a real night owl or if you've just trained your body that way is that what are you doing in the evening? Are you just watching Netflix, scrolling social media, or actually doing something really productive? Are you feeling productive, like you can accomplish a lot in the evening? Or are you feeling tired in the evening, kind of lazy, but you just don't want to go to sleep? In the blog post, I go a little bit more in depth about that, about the different biological natures. If you want to learn more, don't forget to check the link in the description where you'll find my blog post. And then if you decide that waking up at 5 a.m. or maybe even 6 a.m. would be beneficial to you, there's some ideas that I have to help you ease into your new lifestyle. The number one thing I recommend is to take the weekends off because that'll solve a lot of the issues and the drawbacks that may come with an early wake-up time like at 5 a.m. For one, it's hard to find time to spend with your loved ones, your friends and families, because you're going to bed so early. Your schedule is very different than the average person. But if you take your weekends off, then you have that time where most people are more available to do stuff during the weekend anyway. So during the weekend, you can go to bed later, wake up later, and that helps make up for it. You can then schedule things with your loved ones. Also, it'll help you catch up on a possible sleep deficit that you may accumulate throughout the week. Because yes, if you're gonna be waking up at 5 a.m., you should probably be in bed between 8 and 9 p.m. So that's really early. And then if you want to get at least 7-8 hours of sleep, you need to be sleeping by 10 p.m. at the very latest. And that can be quite challenging, and you might find that that doesn't happen on most nights. But at least if you have the weekends to catch up, that really helps you get through the week. And apart from that, another tip that you may find helpful is to just ease in gradually. Let's say that your wake up time is 7 or 8 right now, and you want to wake up at 5, just do an hour earlier at a time for a few days. Give yourself some time to adjust. Don't try to just jump in at 5 a.m. the first morning. Also, when you hear the sound of your alarm, you may be tempted to think about how tired you feel. It's not even worth it. Why am I doing this? But just don't think about it. Just get up. Just get it done. It won't take very long and you'll feel a lot better once you're up, making your coffee and everything. The discomfort is very temporary and it's definitely worth it to ignore that at first. Also, you want to make sure that you're doing the basics that are necessary to get a good night's sleep, no matter what time you wake up, like avoiding bright lights in the evening. So maybe if your light bulbs in your house are like bright lights, switch them to yellow or even red lights. Also, try to get outside daily because it turns out that spending time outdoors improves the quality of your sleep. Exercise because moving your body improves your circadian rhythm. And don't drink more than 2 to 3 cups of coffee daily. You may even find as you get older, if they're like me, that 1 cup is enough, and that if you drink more than that, it starts impacting your sleep. Once you've made the decision to wake up at 5 a.m., think of a good morning routine. Think of how you're gonna use these precious morning hours. I mean, there's all kinds of things that people do when they wake up at 5 a.m. Some people love to meditate or journal or read a book, get some work done to get ahead and have less to do later in the day. Maybe do your workout. There are so many productive things that you can do that will help you feel amazing about your day and about what you've accomplished. My morning routine typically starts with making my coffee, then I drink a tall glass of water, then I get some work done for maybe half an hour or so. Then I move my body. I like to do a yoga flow that is anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes. Then I get some work done until my kids start needing me, and it's amazing. I've done all those things and I feel so much more in control and happy about how my day is going, and that really impacts how I take care of my family and how I use my time throughout the rest of the day. So really, I recommend that you consider giving this a try, and you'll see it might actually change your life.